Hello all, and thanks for joining the countdown again for Harper's 50 Best Indies 2023. We're now scaling the heights of our list, revealing the indies sitting between 20 and 12 ahead of our live session with our top 11 tomorrow. A little explainer there, that's having had a tie for position at number 10. And a last reminder, do register for that live top 10 or top 11 as it may be by clicking on the link in the description below. At 20 we have Wood Winters. Wood Winters has risen well beyond its roots as a great Scottish indie to become a successful hybrid of three-store merchant and far-reaching wholesaler, with its reach now extending down to London and beyond. Driving this growth has been a mix of successfully developing its own strong agency portfolio, plus an ever-increasing roster of wines imported direct, with a changing list of around 2,000 wines offered at any one time. A dynamic and growing example of what can be achieved with roots in bricks and mortar. At 19, we have the Wally Wine Shop. The Wally Wine Shop team certainly couldn't be accused of standing still. With Tom Jones's philosophy that they're not trying to reinvent wine retailing, but just do a damn good job at what they do, this small company has opened a wine bar next door, invested in new people, upgraded its website, added a chilled wall of 180 cooled wines, and opened a much bigger storage facility to help keep stocks up and costs down. There's also a new focus on everyday affordable options and a big push to advance its green credentials. Well done, Wally. At 18, we're on the south coast and it's Butler Cellar. This is also our southeast standout. Everything a local merchant should be. Henry Butler and Cassie Gould are immersed in the community, whether that be impressive charitable works or intimate knowledge of the restaurant and bar scene, to the point where Butler Cellar feels like part of the gastronomic fabric indeed of Brighton and Hove. The wine selection backs this up too, with Henry readily admitting he buys on passion, with never a dull bottle to be found on the groaning shelves. A lively podcast and social media presence adds to the appeal. At 17 and a high climber this year, we have Tanners. Our judges recognise that this multi-sited Shropshire-rooted merchant continues to quietly do what it does very well indeed, with many strings to its bow. The traditional is very good here, but new Chilean, Bulgarian and Algarve listings, along with several exciting small Italian producers, point to the breadth of this portfolio. English and Welsh wines, I should mention, are also being championed. A carbon-neutral warehouse is planned, with an ambitious carbon-neutral target also set for the company. And alternative packaging is now part of the mix at this classic quality-focused merchant. Great to have Tanners sitting this high. On to 16, and our Wales standout. It is Chilled and Tannin. If, in their own words, bodacious wines with confidence are your thing, rooted in an ethically and sustainably sourced range of 180 wines, sold with energy, enthusiasm, fun, then Chilled and Tannin delivers in spades. This merchant never takes itself too seriously, all the while breaking down barriers to wine. It's no surprise to find a bio and natural bias here, matched by offers such as most sustainable wine case for eco-delivery, or a growing roster of cans, bib and wine on tap, and it's all done very well indeed. The Chilled and Tannin radio soundtrack to bottles is another nice touch from this quirky iconoclast of a merchant. Excellent. Okay, at 15, and returning to East Anglia, we have Harper Wells. Described as quiet achievers and hard to fault, this Norfolk-based indie excels on many fronts, with its French-led but broad list offering much to engage. Wine lovers flock here for a mix of enticing extras too. These include winemaker tastings, strong sustainable credentials, including keg wines and the use of frugal bottles, projects and tie-ins such as its own sparkling winemaking, and a partnership with local Cambridge micro-producer Gutter and Stars. There are also NFT, non-fungible token offers to boot. Meanwhile, canny use of wine concessions and growing multi-channel business has cemented commercial success across the company. Okay, on to 14, and we have Lee and Sanderson. Having evolved over time from thrusting young merchant to stalwart of the London scene, always setting and sticking to high standards, whether with the classics or across the board, specialisms such as Italy still very much set the benchmark today. Lee and Sanderson offers all the facets of service and trade that you'd expect from a serious merchant, but everything it does simply oozes professionalism and quality, with staff across its stores having a depth of knowledge as far-reaching as the impeccable range of wines. Up to 13, and it is our Northwest standout, Reserve Wines. Now standing at 5 sites, with 3 being drink-in hybrids, Kate Goodman's Reserve Wines continues to move with the times, showing a dynamism that keeps the offer on its toes. A great list of over 1,000 wines and spirits is now increasingly complemented by alternative formats plus refillable and keg options, with Coravans also now firmly part of the mix. Meanwhile, there's been a push to greater agility to mitigate some of the issues facing merchants generally, including working with more suppliers to shape and evolve the range, plus investment in stock management tools, with the online side growing too. This simply is a great all-round operation. Last in this list, because we have a tie at 10, so we have effectively 11 in our top 10. So we're going to finish here with number 12, and at number 12 is the fantastic Vineyards of Sherman. Another strong entry from the Vineyards crew this year, where the all-female team continues to make waves regarding inclusivity in the wine world. This was no woke vote, though, with the dynamism of this small company shining through, whether that be the opening of a mezzanine wine lounge area, expansion into new premises, or expanding the range by some 250 often eclectic wines, all chosen on blind tasting for quality alone, with an ever-evolving selection by the glass. It's all about stories here of people and the wine, with a very strong independent ethos that reaches out to similarly minded businesses and people in the local community. Well done, Vineyards of Sherman. So, some superb businesses, I'm sure you'll agree, and well done all for making it so high up in our 50 best. All that remains now is to remind you for a final time to join us tomorrow when we've got the live final tranche of our 50 best list, the creme de la creme, our top 10, or actually 11 as it happens to be. So hope to see you then for that live session with our top 11 faces. Thank you very much.